Welcome to the Homeowners Connection. My name is Danielle Wilson,
And I'm Tracy Cooper.
and we are local agents in Spring, Texas. Our goal is not only to help you to find your dream home, but to also connect you with industry experts in the real estate field. Today, we are joined by Kishah Langham of Texas Stagers. So, Kishah, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, let's get into it. Over 90% of buyers search online. How does staging your home boost listing photos, clicks, and physical showings?
It increases that because it draws off of the emotional thoughts of home buyers. So once they go online and they can ooh and ah over images, those are the homes that they're clicking on more and they're requesting the showings.
Mm-hmm.
So for budget conscious sellers, when does digital or virtual staging make sense compared to physical staging?
Well, in my opinion, I'm not a big fan of virtual staging, and I'm sure we'll talk about that a little bit later in the interview. But I do feel there is a place for it, and that's when the budget doesn't allow for them to get the whole house staged, but they would like to have the whole house staged. So if we come in and we're staging with real furniture, then I suggest a patio to be staged, maybe in an extra small room or an office so that we can keep them in their budget.
Okay, so you stage those three areas and then they use the virtual
We,
to stage?
we will stage the main areas, living room, dining, kitchen, and primary.
Okay.
And then if they want any additional rooms, then that's when it's okay to go ahead and do the virtual staging. But I will say this, if you do virtually stage, it needs to be noted on each photo that it has been virtually staged.
Okay, so they won't come in thinking, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, because it feels like a bait and switch.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's real true. So when you're coming into a home, when you're doing a consultation for a seller, and you are recommending that they are depersonalizing their home, so people who are coming in can visualize themselves in their space. What's the difference between depersonalizing and professionally styling a lifestyle in a home?
Well, that question is more so what's the difference between staging and design?
Yes. Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
So staging is marketing a home to be sold.
Mm-hmm.
Your personal style is for someone who lives in a home and you're implementing your desires for your home, the things that you love, your travel, your family photos, things of that nature.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So when you're walking into a home and you see an awkward space, how do you stage awkward spaces in a home? Like a different area that, oh gosh, what can I put there?
Yeah, I love those. Those are moments where I get to be creative.
Mm-hmm.
So I can come out with that wow factor, maybe turn it into a library, turn it into a workout space, or a small, very small room, turn it into a room for grandpa. Men come back home too. So you have now more people that are aging out of their homes and they're coming to you have that opportunity to create that space for the father-in-law and the mother-in-law. I love those type of opportunities.
Okay. And we are going to ask Ms. Kishah to show us what she would do with a unique space here in this particular home. She's currently with us at an open house. And if you could check out our YouTube shorts for her to show us what we could do with this unique space in this home, if you would do that. Okay, awesome. What real world numbers can you show us to prove to sellers what staging acts as and how it acts as an investment that increases their final offer for their prices?
I would say between 5 and 15% staging helps increase what the home is selling for.
That's a big.
It
That's
is
a big difference.
Big difference.
Yeah,
really,
most
that's
definitely.
a big difference. Yeah.
Compared to a vacant home.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what design technique helps buyers envision a living space rather than feeling like a guest. What would you add to a room? Oh, I just feel like a guest, or this is comfortable. This is what, I envision this space to look like.
Hmm. I don't know about that. That's a design technique. Well, we're talking about staging. So,
Or do you just take, during your consultation, do you just take their opinions? Oh, I like this color over that color,
oh,
or
okay. So that's what you,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So not the aftermath. Basically, for that, it's on me. It's up to me how I'm going to stage the house. I do not encourage sellers or agents to give me their input on how they want the house to look.
Okay.
It's based off what we have in inventory. It's based off the budget. So if you know that your budget is low, there's no way that we can recommend that you're going to get a luxury stage.
Okay. Okay. So as you said, stage homes on average receive 5 to 10% increase in their offers. Stage homes also sell faster. How does reducing the days on market save sellers money on their mortgage, utility, and tax costs?
Oh, easy, because that house is going to be sold
Right?
soon.
Like super fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That question kind of answers itself.
It really does. I mean, but we can't guarantee.
Right, for sure.
But the stats are the facts, and we have them. So we love to use that.
Right.
Yeah.
So back to money.
Always.
Always. So do you charge an upfront fee for initial walkthrough? And does that fee apply towards the staging cost?
Yes, I do charge a consultation fee. It varies, and it does not come off of the actual staging cost.
Okay.
And my staging cost, that fee is 1% of whatever the list price is. So some stagers do packages. I'm one of those stagers. I don't. I base it off of the sale price.
Okay. All right. How does pricing differ if the seller lives in the home using existing furniture versus renting full inventory for an empty house?
For my company, we love those opportunities because that's considered an occupied stage. I'm going to go in and use as much as the seller's furniture as we can. And if we need to add to, we will. But we have a flat rate that we do for those clients that have an occupied, and it's very appealing. So
okay. So for those folks who have an occupied residence, but they have all the things, right? They have an abundance of things, then you ask them to get a storage unit. And
yes, most definitely. That is one of the top things I do recommend, that they get a climate control storage unit, because we are in Texas. Okay, it's hot. Some cases, depending on the amount of items that's in the home, we will have a organizer, a professional organizer come in, and she will make sure everything is organized, packed up, and then the movers come in and they take all those things to the storage for the client once we're completed with the staging.
Perfect.
And I'm still on money. Okay, so when budgeting to list a property, what is a realistic price range a seller should expect to pay for staging?
So earlier I just said the 1%.
1% is for you.
So on average, that's about $3,500, $4,500 for most of my clients.
Okay. All right. So there you go.
We're talking about money again, because we offer pay at closing.
There you go. Okay, that's good to know that you can offer pay at closing. That's good to know. If a seller has a tight budget, can they just stage a few key rooms, like a living room, a primary suite, just to save money? Do you recommend?
Most definitely.
Right?
Oh, yes.
Just like 3
because,
rooms.
Yes, I'm going to go in and give them what they're looking for. So if that budget is tight, we want to make that work for them. So you do not need to stage a whole house for the house to sell. And I think a lot of people need to get out of that mindset when you have stagers come in and they're recommending you do the whole house, and then now you have this high cost or high investment. So if you can just at least do the living room and your dining and just wow them when they walk in, yeah, we most definitely work with that budget.
Perfect. Okay.
So she answered my last question about money again.
Okay. And then I have just
see it.
one last, I guess one last one. How do your staging agreements work regarding the time, the minimum rental periods and extensions if the home takes longer to sell?
Okay, so when we have our initial contract, it's 60 to 90 days for the staging, depending on the list price of the house. So if it's a luxury listing, it's going to take a little bit longer to sell. So we usually recommend they do 90 days. I don't charge them any extra for that. But after that 90-day or the 60-day, then they go month to month, and it's 10% of whatever they paid for the original contract.
Okay. Oh, wonderful. So if there was one takeaway that you would want any viewer to know when working with a stager or requesting any services, what would you hope that they would know?
Well, first, having a consultation, that's a big one. It could save you a lot of money because when I go through the home, I'm giving you my honest opinion. In some homes, they don't need to be staged. You know, maybe a little twerking here and there. The homeowner can do themselves versus paying that stager to come in and do it. Two, knowing that the investment in staging can be done because we do offer the pay at closing. So no upfront cost out of their pocket. That's taken care of with the title company at the end and the settlement.
Okay. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much.
Yes,
You're welcome.
thank you.
Yeah.
Joy.
Thank you.
So Kishah, how can the viewers reach you if they would like to utilize your services? Could you tell them how to reach you?
Most definitely. Texas_stagers for Instagram, and my website is stagingtexas.net.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're
Yes,
welcome.
thank you. Guys, please remember, like and subscribe. See you next time.
Bye.